going here. I need to have going, and we'll get going.
I'm sorry, what?
I just need to get a couple of things started here on my end. Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right, there we have everything. Okay. Appeal of the State of Michigan versus Vaughn Leslie 21S00176. The allegations matters October 10th of 2020 in Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan on Ford Avenue Forest. He did operate a motor vehicle. Live and alcohol content of 0.08 grams or more per 100 milliliters of blood, as being charged as a second offense based upon conviction of February 1st, 2017. This is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to $1,000 fine plus court costs and/or 5 days to 1 year in jail, at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, or 30 to 90 days of community service and/or rehabilitative programs, vehicle immobilization, reimbursement of the cost of prosecution, government emergency response, and rehabilitative program, or a combination of those penalties. You understand the charge?
Yes.
You've read and signed the advice of rights form?
Yes.
Do you have any questions with regard to your rights?
No.
Okay. Or they stand mute to the charge, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and take a petition for the public defender to represent you in this matter. Information collected from this morning indicates you're living on Outer Lane. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And the telephone number we have then in 1370, is that your cell phone?
Can you repeat that?
Yep. The telephone number that ends in 1370, is that your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay if we both have now your email and your cell phone address? Is it okay for the court to contact you by email and text message about update upcoming court information?
Yes.
All right. Okay. You've had your job for about a year. You get paid every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about 2 weeks?
You get paid every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. Based on current information provided on the request form, the court will appoint the public defender to represent you. All right. The public defender want to address bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Amber Harris, student attorney, requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of First Assistant Public Defender Kalina Anderson.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. In regards to bond, we are requesting a PR bond. I did speak with Mr. Leslie earlier today. He has no problem with the no use or possession of alcohol and or illegal drugs. And he did give the court great contact information so he can appear for his upcoming court dates via Zoom. Okay. And for those reasons, we are requesting a PR bond.
And how long has Mr. Leslie been in jail now?
4 days.
And where did he get arrested 4 days ago?
I know he was pulled over in Canton.
In Canton? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So you got arrested in Wayne County, sir, and Romulus didn't want to see you on their warrants?
Haven't heard anything.
Okay. All right. You have two warrants in Romulus. So when you get out of jail, you want to hold a 34th District Court and see what you need to take care of those. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Condition of bond in this case is you're not to use or possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No.
Okay. You're not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You're not to violate any criminal laws. Of course, you need to appear for all your court dates. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This matter will be set for a pretrial hearing August 5th at 9 a.m. That'll be via Zoom. Court will mail you a notice, the Outer Lane address. Included in that notice will be the Zoom information. If you don't receive that as that court date approaches, you're going to call the court. The court can give you the information over the phone as well. Do you understand that?
Yeah, by what? The information, by what date would I have to call the court by?
So you should receive that in the mail within a week. So if you don't see it next, certainly as the court date approaches, the court date's August 5th. So if you don't have that information,
right, with the court date being so close, right?
All right. Are you familiar with Zoom?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yep. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, so the hearing will take place via Zoom. So you just punch that meeting ID information in when you get that at that date and time. It'll be at 9 a.m. Now, just like regular court, there may be a lot of people in the Zoom meeting. So maybe a minute before you get admitted into the actual court environment, you'll be in the waiting room. Just know that there's people ahead of you. They'll call you in as soon as they can. Okay, just be patient.
Okay.
All right. The conditions I've just gone over with you will place in what's called the Law Enforcement Information Network, meaning should you come into contact with the police, they will have access to that information. Should they witness or suspect a bond violation have occurred, you would be arrested for that bond violation. So in other words, if you get pulled over and you are intoxicated, they would that would result in an arrest on a bond violation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, for the public defender, anything else on bond or conditions?
No, Your Honor.
Defendant is released on a personal recognizance spot, something conditions placed here on the record. Pre-trial is August 5th at 9 a.m. via Zoom, and the public defender will be in touch with you before your next court date, sir. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're all set. Stay safe.
Thank you. I don't know if I end the meeting or.
Just leave it on there on that end, and they'll take care of it. Just tell them you're done.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Come on out, stand here. I got Mr. Weaver here, sir, if you're ready to see him.
Absolutely.
Mr. Weaver, have a seat. You're in court, Magistrate Nelson.
Good morning, sir.
Corey Weaver.
Good morning.
Good morning. Bill of State of Michigan versus Corey Weaver. This is case number 20S00603. Allegation here, Mr. Weaver, is that on June 2nd of 2020 in Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, on US 12 at or near E-course, you did operate a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcoholic liquor. That's being charged as a second offense based upon a conviction of September 27, 2018. That makes this a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of a fine between $200 and $1,000 plus court costs, and or 5 days to 1 year in jail, and at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, and or 30 to 90 days community service, and or rehabilitative programs, vehicle immobilization, reimburse the cost of prosecution, and emergency response, or a combination of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And count two, you did operate a motor vehicle at the time your driver's license was suspended, being charged as a second offense as well, based upon a conviction of September 27, 2018. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to 1 year in jail, a $1,000 fine plus court costs, or both. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And count four, that you did attempt to commit the following listed, I'm sorry, count three, you did drive a vehicle identified as a Chrysler Town and Country upon public and private property that did collide with another vehicle identified as a BMW, which was attended or unattended, and you did fail to immediately stop your vehicle then and there and either locate and notify the operator or owner of the vehicle, or collision to the nearest and most convenient police officer or police agency. A misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to 90 days of jail, a $100 fine plus court costs, or both. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And count four, you did attempt to commit the following listed offense, and the attempt to that towards the commission of the offense, but failed in the perpetration or prevented the execution thereof. That is that you did attempt to assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Deputy Richardson, a deputy sheriff of the county of Washington that you knew or had reason to performing duties as a deputy sheriff. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to 1 year in jail, a $1,000 fine plus court costs, or both. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to read and sign the advice of rights form?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question with regard to your rights?
No, sir.
We'll have you stand mute to the charge and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and take a petition for the public defender to represent you in this matter. Information has been provided by the public defender indicating a telephone number for you that ends in 8727. Is that a cell phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we have an email address which ends in 653 and the Gmail address. Is that the right contact
Yes.
for you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The reason the court collects email and phone numbers is the court may contact you in the future, either by text or email with information about your upcoming court dates. Is it okay for the court to do that for that purpose?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you're still on Redwood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're currently unemployed?
No, sir. I work at Amazon, and I'm going through a temp service right now as well.
Okay. How long have you been at Amazon or the temp service?
Temp service, on and off for like 2 years. Amazon, about a year.
Okay. How often do you get paid at Amazon?
Weekly.
Okay. What's your average take home pay?
Average take home, I get like $700 a week.
Okay. And how you've been at Amazon, you said, for about a year?
About a year, sir. Yeah, I'm supposed to be there today, so I mean, yeah, I've been there about. That's my favorite. I don't know, sir. Amazon is an amazing job. Like I love Amazon, sir.
Good,
like
good.
I got nothing good things to say about them.
It's important to do what you like to do, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. That was public defender address bond in this matter, please.
In regards to bond, Your Honor, we are requesting a PR bond due to the nature of the charges. Mr. Weaver provided great contact information for his upcoming and future court dates. He has no problem with no possession or use of any illegal drugs or alcohol as well. And for those reasons, we are requesting a PR bond.
Thank you. All right. Given the allegations here, Mr. Weaver, the court's going to set bond conditions that you are not to use or possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Yes, sir.
You do? How long have you had that?
Well, I gotta read. I had it for a couple years, sir. Like 3.
Is it valid right now?
It's not. Yes, it's not valid. I gotta renew it. It's like 3 months. I'm not valid. So.
Okay. All right. So until that's valid, then the no use of marijuana is going to be in place. Once you get it renewed, let the court know, and the court can reevaluate whether or not it's would allow that. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, not to violate any criminal laws. Of course, you need to appear for all of your court hearings and other places as directed by the court. Do you have any questions with regard to these conditions?
No, sir.
These conditions will be placed on what's called the Law Enforcement Information Network, meaning should you come into contact with the police, they will have access to that information. Should they witness or suspect a bond violation that would result in an arrest for violating your bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll set a pretrial hearing for August the 5th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Court's going to mail you a notice to the address you provided on Redwood. Included in that notice can be Zoom ID information. If as your court date gets a little closer, you've not received that information, you can always call the court. The court can use Zoom information over the telephone as well, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, when you come into the Zoom hearing, know that it's just like regular court. There might be a lot of people there ahead of you. So you may be in the waiting room for a little bit before they bring you into the court environment. Just remain patient. They'll get you in. But if you see your Judge Washington's waiting room, you're in the right spot. You just need to be there and stay near your device too. So when they bring you in there, you expect to see you right then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Released on a person for cognizance. Something conditions placed here on the record. Pre-trial of August 8th at 9 a.m. And you're all set.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Stay safe, sir. Thank you.
You too, sir.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Did you say that court date was August the 5th or August the 8th?
August 5th. Same as the other one.
Okay, no problem. Just checking. All right. Have a great